On Afghan state television, a government-sponsored advertisement claiming 800 former Taliban members have laid down their arms and now support the peace process. This purported former Taliban fighter encourages others to join them. But it is not that straightforward. Mullah Zaif, a former Taliban ambassador, says the Taliban want formal recognition.
If the American and the world community interesting to start dialogue or negotiation with the Taliban, and if they are honest in this way, I think they have to give an address to the Taliban.
He says other obstacles also have to be removed. Members of the Taliban delegation would need safety guarantees and must be taken off wanted lists. That won't be popular with Afghans like these, gathered in Kabul this week to discuss the country's future.
One complication to negotiations with the Taliban is many Afghans still view them with suspicion and believe they should answer for their past crimes.
Some of those crimes are recent, including a number of high-profile attacks and assassinations, both in Kabul and around Afghanistan this year. HEKMAT Karzai heads the Center for Peace and Conflict Studies. He says it is not just the Taliban who are responsible for crimes here.
I am for justice in this country, but I am for justice that is applicable to everyone, not just a particular group.
The former head of intelligence, AMRULLAH SALEH, does not believe the Taliban really want to join the government.
There is no way the Taliban will agree to talk. Their strategy is to bog us down, exhaust us, but in the meantime show some gestures of talk. It's not genuine, it's not honest.
Last month, the traditional Loya Jirga gathering endorsed the peace process. And just before the International Bonn Conference this month, American officials told Afghan President Hamid Karzai they have held several meetings with Taliban representatives and recommended that a Taliban office be established in Qatar and Taliban prisoners held in Guantanamo Bay be transferred there. The Afghan president wants the prisoners returned to Afghanistan, says his spokesman.
President Karzai's objection was only about the transfer of prisoners. It wasn't about any other issue.
While a Taliban ceasefire remains an unfulfilled precondition of talks, proponents say contact with the Taliban is far more advanced than this time last year, and that for the good of the country, the Taliban, despite their past, must be involved in some way in Afghanistan's future. Jennifer Glass, Al Jazeera, Kabul.